Everyone, Wanderbots here, and welcome to
I'm not hearing anything.
I'm not hearing anything either. Let me give that another go. Everyone, Wanderbot here. Everyone, Wanderbots here, and welcome to Beacon Pines. We covered the demo for this, I think a year ago, and loved it so much we actually kickstarted it. That's very rare. I'm usually so overwhelmed in games that I just am like, okay, cool, on to the next, and this one I wanted to play more of. Is a lovingly illustrated, branching narrative visual novel, and emphasis on visual. It's very, very lovingly illustrated, and you actually are like running around and interacting in the world, which is kind of nice, featuring these 3 kids plus a couple other characters. It's made by Hiding Spot and Fellow Traveler, who did not send me this game because a kickstarted it. Hey, there they are.
Oh, Hiding Spot Games, look at that little creature.
Dear reader, allow me to introduce you to my book. Though it might at first appear like many books you've come across, it is far from ordinary. You may, therefore, have some misunderstandings about its nature. The story that awaits you has not been fully told. In fact, its conclusion is not yet known, even to myself. It is in that way that my book is special. It is in that way that you are special. Without you, there is no story. Chapter 1. Normal isn't what it used to be. This is a story about change. Nestled in a shallow valley is the town of Beacon Pines. Far from the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, a young boy walks alone at dawn. His name is Luca Van Horn, and like you, dear reader, he's here for a reason.
Oh, it looks like I don't get to read the book. Oh well.
I mean, you could. We could turn her off, but I think she's fine for once.
Yeah,
Anywho.
they didn't have voice acting originally.
Yep.
We did have to turn off the noises for these guys though, because it was Banjo-Kazooie-esque, like.
It is so hard to read over anything while it's like Banjo-Kazooieing at us.
I mean, they were cute, but
It was cute, and it gave us a good idea of what they sound like, but on the flip side, well, it's hard to talk over. Hey, Dad.
oh,
How are things going? Today's the first day of summer vacation. I start middle school next year, I guess. I was 6 years old when you died. It's been 6 years now. From here on out, you'll have been gone longer than you were here. Feels like that should mean something. Mom always said that this tree was your favorite spot in the world. Me too.
oh.
Hey, Luca. I knew I'd find you here.
Rollo was Luca's
Yeah,
closest
here.
friend. He possessed many fine qualities, but subtlety was not one of them.
Oh my god, he's so furry. Dude is probably just miserable in the summer heat. Well, after I banged on your door till your gran answered, and after I checked the pond, and climbed up the treehouse, then I knew I'd find you
Rollo
here.
finally noticed the tears welling in his friend's eyes, and the flowers on the grave.
Oh, yeah, right. And your mom always did this on your dad's birthday. Yeah. I didn't know if you were gonna keep doing it now that your mom's gone too. She's not gone. She's just missing. Sorry, I meant to say since she went missing. Just gonna come back, Rollo. Of course she is. Okay, Dad. See you next time. Boy, I usually do not have to voice 2 young boys in a game. Usually it's like 1 child, and it's easy. I think I'm ready to get out of here. Sure, lead the way. Okay, yeah, no, the voices are getting too close. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I don't know.
Panic.
Make his friends deeper. He's a much larger guy.
Oh, that's a new one. Okay, so, is it gonna explain? Oh, it is. We have Tickle.
Wonderful! I had a good feeling about you from the moment you opened my book. That charm is a very special thing. Very special indeed. Keep hold of it for now. Its purpose will reveal itself soon enough.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna turn her down by like a smidge. That is so cute. Okay, now here's the question. Can we de-dandelion this path?
Oh,
Because it
get
came
the
back when she
seeds.
had the dialogue.
So the thing is, believe these traits that you pick up are things that you can use later.
Oh, they come back! You scum! Yes. So, like I said at the beginning of this is a branching narrative game. The game's going to explain it for us pretty quickly. But there are going to be certain points in the game where you get to, like, choose a response, and you get to pull from your tokens what your response is going to be. Sometimes it doesn't work just because, like, you know, tickle the luck. That doesn't do anything, probably. But the interesting part is you can go forward and back in time. So say you get to the very end of the game, you're fighting, you know, demigod ox demon, and he reveals that he's in fact the house's father, and so you go back and then you tell the house who his father is, and he decides to go off and fight the demon for you. You know, something like that. But you can go back to the beginning of the game with that information. Stupid example as that was, and it will change the story from then on out.
That's not indicative of what's actually going on here.
There's no demon, demigod, ox king, anything. I was just thinking Final Fantasy and trying to tie it back in. So we will be going forward and back in time, at least a little bit here. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. The whole reason why I was looking for you. I was wondering if you'd ever get to that. I found the perfect way to start our summer. How's that?
Rollo looked to the side suspiciously.
Not here. They might be watching. They who? Shh, not so loud. We need to do this in a secure location. Mission control. Alright, I just have to tell Gran and then we can head out. What are you gonna tell her? No, I'll think of something. It's all the same to you. I'll meet you at the welcome sign. Your Gran still kind of wigs me out. I don't do well with new people. She moved in like half a year ago. Just meet me at the sign when you're done. Suit yourself. I won't be long.
I wonder if by half a year ago that means that's when the mother
Probably,
disappeared. Yeah. Tell Gran before heading out.
Boop.
Dear reader, forgive me for this interlude. Remember that charm you found in the dandelion patch? There are more of those special charms to discover throughout Beacon Pines. They've been known to reveal themselves to those who are willing. Some of them can be found in this very house.
My backpack is willing.
Since Gran had moved in, the house was more peaceful, more orderly, and more covered in flowery fabric.
I wonder how many people made this game. I always wonder about that with indie games.
One of his father's old stethoscopes. Luca had spent countless hours listening to anything and everything with it. Not for years, though.
Oh, look at that couch. Well, it's a lazy boy probably, or just a big armchair. Just slide out of.
I miss being able to do that.
Gran had already lit the fire. She kept a warm house, as if by grandmotherly obligation.
Such a waste. Okay, we should probably... Oh, hey.
Just some dusty knickknacks.
I started reading that as knives, and I was like, why does she keep dusty
Luca
knives?
paused at his parents' bedroom door. He just wasn't ready to go in yet.
Oh,
Gran had commandeered the upstairs closet when she moved in. Some things need shelter from a young boy's mischief, she said.
Hide.
What do you think she keeps in there?
Panties.
It's just nothing but like Tiger Hunk books.
Wait, what?
Doesn't your grandmother read like a bunch of really sultry novels?
No, what had happened was my aunt had given her...
I know, but like, I swear your grandmother has been reading some slightly sultry, saucy books.
No, I think what happens is they find things on reading lists that appeal to women, and then they read those, and unfortunately, a number of them end up being romance novels.
Saucy.
Gran's bed was undisturbed. Luca didn't mind that she had a habit of falling asleep in front of the fireplace. It meant that he could read late into the night. Luca tossed on his favorite old sweater. Even though it was the first day of summer, a chill still hung in the air.
How is that even remotely possible? You can tell climate change is not a thing in this universe.
Gran's moving in meant that most of Luca's things had been crammed in the corner. Luca was somewhat annoyed by the situation.
So they're sharing this one room.
Yeah, it's a 2-bedroom house, and I don't think they want to necessarily put the grandmother in the parents' bedroom yet. Well, I guess we should go talk
On to the kitchen.
Well,
Oh, maybe she's out back, but yeah, let's take a look around.
this is really beautifully illustrated. I think for a scene like this...
a broken can opener, a mostly empty bottle of glue, and some loose string.
Yeah, that's the problem. You can't click on anything or else you're going to get
Dialogue.
instant dialogue.
Yeah. We might actually turn off the narrator. I don't know. I'll do it. Give Shell's voice. Goodbye, lovely narrator. You are doing a fine job, but I want to be able to talk over you. Comfortably.
Or at least take things at our own pace.
Yeah, because this way I can interact with it.
An array of prepared meals crowded the refrigerator, each labeled with a day of the week.
Oh my god, close it. Okay, good. The fridge was making the worst noise. It was quiet, but awful.
The only piece of furniture Gran had brought when she moved in was an old hutch.
Huh.
Wait, that's called a hutch?
I guess
It
so.
looks like it's a fancy dinner cabinet, you know, for
Guess
the
it's called a
dining
hutch.
room. Oh my, this is quite exciting. I'm now certain that you are the one that I've been waiting for all these years. You'll recall, I was a bit coy regarding the use of charms earlier. Excuse me, I tend to have a flair for the dramatic. You are about to encounter your first turning point. There are certain times in this tale when everything hinges on a single word. Step forth, dear reader.
Nope. Wait, I can jump?
A sturdy old wheelbarrow.
Oh, I can prance.
Young Luca would spend hours hiding in the bushes, waiting for a chance to jump out and startle his mother. She always enjoyed humoring him by feigning terror.
I tried that when we were starting dating. And unfortunately, my fear reaction is to flail.
Oh, you mean when I would scare you?
Try to. I think you get me to jump once or twice, but I think I almost, like, swung.
A beginner's guide to gardening, laid open on the bench.
Hey, Gran, I'm gonna go hang with Rolo for the day. See you later.
Hold up now. Where are you and Rolo headed exactly?
Oh, the old chemical plant. Nowhere special.
The less Gran knew, the better for everyone involved.
We're just gonna go heart for the day.
Ponder, hide, or chill? I don't know.
Hide.
Wait, hide? That doesn't make sense. You're gonna need that to evade people later. You've used it up.
I don't know if I've used it up. We're gonna go hide for the day.
Hide. Traditionally, when one is trying to hide something, they avoid literally using the word hide.
Yeah, I guess Rolo bet some other kids we could beat them in hide and seek.
Aren't you a little old for that?
It's not like there's much else to do around here.
Well, make sure you boys are done playing your little game in time for supper. All's well that ends well.
What?
Impressive. You've managed to navigate your first turning point without too much of a mess. That is the power of charms.
I was memeing.
A single word can change everything. I think it's time to introduce you to the Chronicle.
Do I still have hide? Yes.
Oh, you still have hide. I thought you used it up. Nope. The Chronicle is a record of the decisions that you've made. You can see the turning point which has been revealed. At any time, you can use the Chronicle to go back and invoke different charms, creating new branches. Luckily for us, this is the one and only turning point where the charms won't dramatically alter fate. It's the perfect opportunity to experiment with rewriting things. A grand jury.
We're just gonna go ponder for the day.
That doesn't sound suspicious. Oh, really? What are you boys going to ponder on such a lovely day exactly? This was Luca's chance to sell his alibi.
You know, big stuff, small stuff, medium? Mostly medium pondering.
Nailed it. Well, make sure you don't overburden yourself with preponderance of pondering.
Huh?
Oh, forget it. Off with you now.
Well, easy enough. For once I want to play one of these games where the parents don't just die or disappear.
Where they're actually present in their life.
But
yeah.
I was also going to say, one, I really like how they rendered her hair and just everything in general in this game.
Oh, yeah. For the most part, it's a lot of smooth gradients and such. But for instance, I remember back with Luca's overalls, there was some dirt. And then with Gran, she has this very, textural hair too.
But I also kind of wish Gran was like secretly super down for like rowdy boys and is just like, nope, go do fun things. I'm not here to be the restrictive parent that, is the traditional parent. Like, I want her to roll up on a motorcycle later to rescue us.
I don't know.
Regardless of sense.
She looks like
She looks
almost
like she
a
knows
sage
witch
witch.
magic.
Yeah, precisely.
Okay, so she rolls up on a motorcycle and then curses somebody.
How about she rolls up on a broomstick?
A motor broomstick.
Oh, and Luca. You and Rolo stay out of trouble.
No promises.
Get into trouble with Rolo.
I'm so glad I have a prance button. I'm pretty sure it does me no good.
Oh.
But I'm going to prance the heck out of this game. Come on. Woohoo! Dang it, Rolo.
For a town that saw few visitors, the welcome was perhaps more grand than necessary.
You know the drill. Don't let anyone discover our secret path.
There seems to be a sign that directly points to the secret path, though.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Welcome to Beacon Pines. For many years, this valley had been a small mining outpost. It wasn't until Sharper Valentine built his fertilizer company that Beacon Pines was established. Over the next 30 years, the town had grown and prospered. Until the foul harvest and his sudden death. In the 6 years since, everyone was simply trying to get by.
Huh.
Wait, did that happen not long ago?
Yeah.
6 years. Wait a minute, isn't that when his father died?
Yeah, so the foul harvest might have actually killed
His father.
some people.
Oh, the foul harvest. Could that have been something to do with the fertilizer that killed? I don't know.
Or like tainted grain.
Or the
that,
plant, or-
that got to certain people.
Who knows?
This is like the most 12-year-old thing to do ever.
It's just...
Try and lean coolly. Fail miserably. The real trick is to then pull out your phone and just get distracted at a
But hey,
Kohl's.
phones didn't exist when we were kids. At least not cell phones.
Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Hey, Mr. Kerr. Hey there, pal.
William Kerr is the CEO of Perennial Harvest Co. He had become a fixture around town over the past few years.
I'm reading everything wrong. I read that as he became a furniture, and I was like, huh.
No, he became a fixture.
Yeah.
A la,
Light fixture.
A light fixture, yeah. After the failing of Valentine fertilizer, the town was hungry to welcome a new source of employment.
Excited for the big festival?
Oh, sure.
Come now, when I was your age, there was nothing more exciting than a town festival. The food, the music, the dancing.
Sounds pretty alright.
You're gosh dang right it is. I'm looking forward to letting off some steam myself. Make sure to invite all of your little friends, your little scrumptious friends.
Just dude starts drooling.
Well, they're a hyena, aren't they?
Yup.
They look like a hyena.
Mr. Kerr looks like he eats children. I can keep Rolo away if I tried.
Excellent. Sorry, Luca, I've got to get back to the proverbial grindstone. Our harvest awaits and all that. Oh, now. The left side's a little low.
The harvest. That doesn't sound good either. Also, yeah, whenever I see depictions of animals, humanoid animals living amongst one another, and there being the carnivorous ones and the herbivores, you have to wonder...
What do they eat?
Yeah, what... Are they eating the animals?
Do you see any bovines?
I just...
They're
don't
the
know.
one group. Historically, though, they're either vegetarians or they eat bugs, is the answer.
Or they eat the animals that aren't the equivalent of the human animals.
Though I definitely remember in at least one or two of them, they'll like comment on it. It's like, don't you feel kind of weird about eating like a burger? And the cow guy is just like, yeah, it's really strange. And then he just eats it. Because almost always, like, the one person who should be having an extreme existential crisis is usually too dumb to care, and they just kind of lampshade it.
Sorry, Mr. Van Horn. Can't talk right now. Very busy with preparations.
Mayor Augustus Valentine was not busy.
Oh, sorry, Gus.
How many times do I... it's Mayor Valen.
Flustered, Gus instinctively loosened his tie.
Fluster him too much, and he takes his tie off.
Was he the one that... Was it his father that had the company
Father or
failure?
brother?
Yeah.
I'm betting brother.
I must briefly attend to a concerned citizen.
Huh?
It's nothing. Keep at it. Alright, what can the mayor of Beacon Pines do for you today?
Oh, just saying hi, I guess.
Well, good day to you, too, young Mr. Van Horn.
Okay, we'll talk to the rest of these people later, maybe.
Boy, but you might never get the opportunity to.
We can always go back in time. I mean, fine. Well, hey, Mr. Sinclair.
Mr. Sinclair continued snoring and lifted one eyelid just enough to see who it was. A tactic he often used to avoid undesirable conversation.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Sinclair.
Don't you see I'm sleeping, boy?
How's the napping today?
Crummy as always. Used to have a perfectly nice view from here. Till perennial harvest put that monstrosity of a building in the way.
Oh.
Why don't you just move your chair a bit?
Why should I be the one who moves? If it's a showdown they want, I ain't gonna be the one who blinks.
Come on, Andy, grab his wallet.
I'm sorry, Yuki. I can't.
Do it or we pound you.
Yup.
Yeah, but my mom said...
Yeah, but. Oh, yeah, but. If I had a nickel for every but, I'd be freaking king of nickels. Ain't that right, Trish?
Yup.
Poor little bun boy.
Oh.
Mr. Van Horn, do you have a moment? It's just Luca. Golly, I'm sorry. It's my first week at Perennial Harvest.
He pulled a pen from the pocket of his sweater vest and began to frantically jot something down on a clipboard.
Wonderful. It won't happen again. If we are going to be on a first-name basis, then you can call me Pete. Oh, nice to meet you, Pete. Or what are you writing? Oh, just documenting. Gosh, it's exciting to be part of something so darn special. You know, it's not just about new fountains and phone booths. We're gonna change the world, and it all starts here in Beacon Pines. Isn't it amazing? Uh-huh. Anyway, I'd better get... Oh, that reminds me. We'd love to hear your thoughts. My thoughts? You bet. If we're gonna change this town, we need to get every detail right. That sounds intense. Aha! Changing the world is intense. So, what do you say? Could you answer a few questions? Well, I guess if it's quick. Wonderful! Open to answering a few quick questions. One down. See, it's not that hard, is it? Oh, okay, we're going already. Question 2. What is something you love about Beacon Pines? I've never really thought about it before. Perfect! It's the only place I've ever lived. See, that wasn't so painful.
Pete stopped scribbling and glanced up from the clipboard.
What is it? I guess not. Huzzah!
Oh, I think he was asking if it was difficult. And
yeah.
he said no, it wasn't difficult.
I see. Our first 3 questions answered in record time. Are you literally writing everything down? Thank you so much for your time. I need to process these answers. We can save the rest of your thoughts for later. Okay. Our harvest awaits.
That sounds awfully futuristic.
It really does. If that does not turn into a weird mecha and destroy the pigman's house, I'm going to be disappointed. Give me a second. Hello. Hey, Jetson. Is Line playing any tunes today?
No bites this morning, I'm afraid. Come to think of it, I can't remember the last time I reeled one in. But hey, it was never about the catch. This is here where I come to think. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's what my dad used to do here.
That reminds me. If you ever want his chair back, I've taken it to standing recently. Keeps me from falling asleep at the wheel.
If you don't mind, I think it should stay.
Not at all. An empty chair makes for a great listener.
Whenever Lucas saw his dad's chair by the pond, it reminded him of the days that they'd pack up a couple of sandwiches and fish until sundown. Oh.
Floppy rod.
Luca opened the tackle box and picked the perfect bait. Junk?
Tickle.
Or tickle. Luca gently baited a feather onto the hook. Good for skimming the surface.
Huh. Give it a good cast now. Have to reel in a bit faster, or your catch will lose interest. Oops.
Oh, come on, reel it in. Oh, it's doing that thing where the line gets red when you've been pulling too much.
Duck.
A ducky.
Uh-oh. Well, I'll be switched. It's your old rubber ducky. You're just a little drooling ball of fur when you lost that. Cried for days. Told you it'd turn up.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish could resist a nice shoestring?
I don't know. Back when I used to fish with my family, we'd always throw the fish back in, which after a point I just realized it was cruel and I preferred swimming with the fish.
Where do you think the other one is? Hard to say. Sometimes things drift away. That's not fair. No, it's not. Well, wherever it is, I hope that the other boot at least has a sock to keep it company. How many?
Yeah, we would use the fake flies with the feathers on them, and some of them also were made out of the rubber and kind of had the woogly tails.
How much can I fish here? Oops.
Oh.
Easy there, buckaroo. You don't know your own strength. I just wasn't paying attention. I was trying to decide how long... Oh, you can go further, I guess. I was trying to decide how long I want to do this for. Because it seems like you might be able to get a lot.
Maybe it's until you catch your first fish that this ends. What, another? Wait,
oh,
what?
I see. There's only two.
So you only get the boot or the rubber ducky?
Yeah. And it just kind of replaces it.
Keep out.
I'm gonna just look at the sign. Mission control. Authorized personnel only. That's kind of
in the junk pile?
Freaking cool looking, though.
The boys had a good thing going, as long as they kept old Joff happy. Or is it Jeff? Or is it Joff?
It's Jeff. It's always Jeff.
They had an endless source of precious materials to add to the treehouse. I don't know. I've seen people pronounce it. Well, I've heard them pronounce it Joff if it's with the G as opposed to
I've only ever seen them
J.
do that erroneously, and I've known a lot of Jeffs.
Ah, okay. All the Jeffs I've ever known had J's.
Numbers. Back in college. His real name was Jeff.
Yeah. After Luca's father had passed, Rollo became obsessed with them building their own Hank atomic star scraper?
Yep.
What's a star scraper? Would that be a spaceship or something, or what?
Or a space skyscraper?
Huh.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe for building the treehouse.
Yeah.
Star scraper. It was some time before Luca realized it was Rollo's way of keeping him occupied.
Oh, the rocket.
Hey, yeah, it does look like the rocket at the corner. On certain nights, when the clouds were just right, the boys could tune to strange patterns of static. Rollo thinks it's aliens. He always thinks it's aliens.
I wonder if that's a Oxenfree reference.
Or it could just be that it's the transmission from the
True.
nuclear center. That's all that we know from the demo is that there's some fishy activity.
Yeah, there's something weird going on in town. I was just thinking Oxenfree is kind of similar to this, and so I wouldn't be surprised if there aren't Easter eggs to other similar games.
Isn't it pretty much just a popular genre at this point of local kids in backwater town discover something as a myth?
Yeah.
Whether it be aliens, whether it be a secret
I would say it's
organization.
just Stranger Things adjacent, or no, Goonies adjacent. Because they probably all spawned out of Goonies or maybe something else.
Luca's winter coat. Decommissioned for the summer. With the cold holding out longer than usual, he reconsidered its usefulness. Ah, so there was something about the cold.
Can we go out onto the balcony?
Luca looked up at the satellite dish. Rollo nearly killed himself putting that up in the tree.
Oh, pull.
Pull. While it didn't turn the radio into an interstellar communicator as he had hoped, it did at least boost the signal enough to overhear truckers one town over.
That's useful. I had a friend who almost fell out of a tree like 40 feet up when we were kids. Got real lucky that he was able to get back.
Did you see the
onto a
paint in the
branch.
corner, or was that the rocket ship?
I think we've done everything in this room. I really wish there was a highlight interactables button.
Oh,
Oops.
okay. Oh, you don't want to go to the Chronicle page.
Not that
You
button.
probably have another choice to make.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any way I can highlight interactables. Okay, what's the top secret plan to start our summer? So you know the abandoned warehouse by my place? The old Valentine building. Yeah, well, it isn't abandoned. What makes you think that? Get this. Last night it was glowing. Glowing, are you sure? Kinda. That place has been empty since the foul harvest? Yeah. Who'd even want to poke around that place? We would, Rollo. We would. Wait. It's just a busted old warehouse. I mean, we could do some research at the library. You want to actually go to the warehouse? What do you expect to find? Answers. My mom's out there somewhere. And it seems like everyone wants to pretend that she's gone for good. You don't have to come, Rollo, if you don't want to. Luca, remember the time when I sort of accidentally burned down the chicken coop? And you jumped in and said it was your fault before my paw throttled me? This is a flaming chicken coop sort of deal. I got your back. Thanks, Rollo. Now that I think about it, poking around a decrepit fertilizer warehouse is exactly how I want to spend the first day of summer. Let's go! Just breaks his legs, leaping out the trap door. Anyway, back to prancing.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Trash?
That one fertilizer company took over
Trash.
for the last one.
Trash. Oh yeah, it's absolutely a front for the previous one. And whatever they're up to is poison.
That, or they want to weaponize the highly volatile, poisonous version of the
I mean, they're probably
chemicals
just
that they were
doing
doing.
testing. And they're trying to cover up whatever, which is why Luca's mother went missing, because she knew too much. I'm just catching my breath a bit. Go on, I'll catch up.
Ran too swiftly.
Abby. Hey, Mrs. Nelson.
Morning, Luca. Any big plans for the summer?
Not really. Heard anything about the old fertilizer warehouse? Any strange happenings?
Can't say I have. Either way, a dusty old warehouse is no place for a young boy. You be safe now.
I wonder if you can talk to all the other previous people in town and see if they have something new to say in light of the fact that you're going to the warehouse.
Possibly. You mean the previous people?
Yeah.
I will admit, as always, I kind of want to buck against, like, talking to people too much.
Maybe
No.
you can't.
Yeah, okay, that's good. But, like, I don't want to spend forever talking to every NPC. Just because, like, I don't know, the main plot of the game is way more interesting than...
Is that the Heekin? Or
Be-
the Beacon?
Beacon. As in Beacon Pines Beacon.
Oh, it could be is it the local paper or something?
Yeah, it is.
And then a coffee shop, and then town hall. Holden Wilder ran the local paper of record. The Beacon.
Hey, Mr. Wilder. Morning, Luca. What's the day have in store for you? I was wondering if you heard any news about... News? The Beacon Beacon knows the news that needs knowing. Any news about the old fertilizer warehouse? Nope. Oh. Rollo thought he saw some lights on there last night.
Rollo ought to be careful poking around that part of town. The winds of change are blowing, and change is a dangerous animal, just like me. Arr.
Change.
Luca, just the fellow I was looking for.
Hey, Roxy, what's up?
Oh, right. Rendezvous with Roxy. This is an important turning point. The first time where your charms will change the course of fate. And currently, we only have one suitable charm at our disposal. Have no fear, we can always return later using the Chronicle, once we find more charms. Well, now I'm just rambling. Where were we?
Have you seen my blockhead of a brother today? He skipped out before breakfast.
Well, not really, no. Can't say I have.
Can't say or won't say.
Roxy, would I lie to you?
Luca, wait up! I almost forgot to tell you. Roxy might be lurking around here. This is one of her favorite places to stand around and be useless.
Rollo.
So we need to make sure she doesn't spot us.
Rollo.
Why are you doing that turning thing with your body? What? You're not scared, are you? She's harmless. And a chump.
And she's right around that corner, isn't she?
Get into trouble with Rollo. Well, that was easy.
Have succeeded. Will not travel.
Oh, don't mind me, just over here lurking uselessly.
Oh, hey, sis. Nice weather we're having, eh?
I couldn't help but notice that you snuck out this morning before breakfast.
Wasn't hungry.
Also, couldn't help but notice that your morning chores were left unchored.
Roxy, I'm gonna level with you. I'm sick and tired of digging up carrots.
We all gotta pick up the slack since the foul harvest.
Almost every carrot I dig up is rotten. And the rest look like they were hit with Hank Atomic's shrink array.
All the more reason to keep on digging.
Gotta be more to life than puny carrots. Look, Roxy, Luke and I have places to be, so if you don't mind...
Oh, I do mind. I'm not gonna catch hell again just because of you. So either you march yourself home and harvest those carrots, or I haul you home myself. Rollo froze as Roxy took a step toward him, cracking her knuckles. Luca knew that he had one chance to save his friend from being dragged home. In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little chill.
Okay, there it goes.
Continue.
A little bit of a delay. Come on, Roxy, it's the first day of summer. The sun's shining and we just want to take it easy. Let's leave tomorrow's problems for tomorrow.
Oh, that's great and all. But Rollo's problems have a way of becoming my problems. And Pa always says, tomorrow's work is best left for yesterday. March, you big oaf.
Oh, rats. I expect a full report from the about the Valentine place. A full report!
Investigate the Valentine warehouse alone.
So, Fitz, what are you up to this lovely day?
Nope.
Wait, what? Wander,
Sorry,
why?
you can have her voice. I have a fascination with giving random characters just the worst voice. Cool. Yeah, you can have her. God, her cheeks terrify me. She's got to be packing stuff in there. Like, you need to talk like her. Puff out your cheeks and then talk whenever you're.
I don't know if I can talk with puffed out cheeks. My cheeks are already chipmunkish enough. Okay, go back. There's that one character sitting on the bench, right?
Sharper Valentine, founder of Beacon Pines. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. Sharper Valentine.
A bit much, if you ask me.
Indulgent. Who's on the bench?
Yeah, there's an alligator, or
I thought I tried talking to her, but whatever.
Ms. Hatch could often be found near the fountain, too absorbed in a book to be distracted.
The two wandered down the wooded path, unaware of the danger ahead. Ooh, this is getting good.
Ooh, the History Museum. Buds and bulbs.
Hey, Griffin. How's the ice cream cake going?
Griffin. They look like, are they an iguana or a dragon? Or what are they?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not great. It's still pretty cold out. And I'm in the business of selling cold.
I'm sure things will warm up soon. Mr. Tolliver's not at his grocery stand?
He's prepping for the festival, I guess.
Gotcha. Gimme. Yum yum.
No
touchy.
touching the giant. What? How dare you touch the giant pumpkin? Or is it a watermelon? I can't tell. Smack!
Hell yeah. We got it. Play that funky music is the achievement. I love it.
How about the kid and the guy on the
Trying
ladder?
to see if the newspaper was anything. Hey, Bert.
Wander?
Hi, Luca. I'm going for the doing some fact checking for the town history exhibit. Look, kid, I'm just here to put up the lights. But did you know, when the town was founded, there were only 7 citizens. They all worked for a mining company, and there was only one dirt road leading to town, and there's still only one road leading to town. Oh, right.
Mining. That was before the fertilizer?
Secret mutagens in the mine
Soil.
below.
Oh, wait. Have you ever been up those stairs?
To the back of the coffee shop? No, but
I don't know. It looks really interesting.
I guess. The game just takes a hard left turn into becoming, oh yeah, there are people back here. Game takes a hard left turn into me just working as a barista. Nothing happens. Piper?
Oh, hey, Luca, what's up?
You know it's summer break, right?
Of course.
It's like the morning.
Correct.
And you're studying?
Like they say, the early bird gets the proper education required for a successful and fulfilling career later in life.
Uh-huh. Hey, Zariel.
Hi, Luca.
Could you please tell this lazy butt to help out in the cafe?
Lumi, Zariel would like you to... Look, let me give you a little gem of advice. You never do what you don't love. Then you'll never work a day in your life.
Wow. You're really setting the kid up for success.
I'm succeeding. Time to go do crimes.
So I wonder... On this side, there's... Oh, wait. Oh, look at that building. It's all boarded up.
Hey, Solomon. Apologies, no time for chit-chat.
Jeff's Hardware closed down about a year ago. The effects of the foul harvest stretched wide. When there are no crops in the field, tractors don't need fixing. Yeah, and they said something along the lines of... What, with the carrots? They were either rotten or really small.
Yep. Looks like the library hasn't opened yet. I'll check back later. Yeah, probably got into the water supply or something. And so they fertilized everything with bad. Luca, my boy, hold up a tick. Oh, hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I was just on my way too. I just sold the last jar of your grandmother's preserves. Can't stock the shelves fast enough, turns out. Hey, that's great, but I guess Juniper will have to swing by with more of her lovely jam. Uh-huh. Well, don't let this old man slow you down. You just remind her that she still owes me that dance.
A promise that Gran regretted the second it was made.
Will do. She's a fine woman, that Juniper. Yeah, she's pretty cool, I guess. A real fine woman. Gotta go.
Awkward.
Sweeter than any jam on earth. Hey, Luca, my boy, how do you feel about grandfathers?
The phone booth was brand new, part of Perennial Harvest Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. It didn't see much use.
Oh, hey, Luca.
Hey, Joey.
Oh, Joey. Are they a lop rabbit? Or something else? Are
could
they
be.
a dog?
I
can't tell.
How's the bug hunt going?
Do you still want me to voice them?
Yeah, sure.
Not great. Bugs have been shy this week.
Bugs get shy?
Oh, sure. Bugs aren't that different from people. Sometimes they just want to be left alone. If you're going into the Weepwood, just be careful where you step.
No bug crunching. Got it. I think these are Kickstarter backers.
But there's bees!
Oh, there are?
Go back to the beehive.
Oh, yeah, there are.
Luca peeked up at the beehive. It appeared to be deserted.
Oh, that's strange.
Oh, I wondered if he could have used the smack on it. Oh well. After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town. The Valentine mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally. Ooh, I love the colors on the roof. And just the foliage in
yeah,
general.
that's a nice gradient. I was going to say the colors on that tree on the left.
That too. But I think the one on the roof just has that much more interest because it's the...
Purple to a magenta.
Yeah, the purple to magenta.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
This is a very beautifully illustrated game. Like, every single one of these vignettes is nice, though
Oh, yeah,
I wish
they
I
are
could zoom
vignettes.
in more.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. The path led to a small hollow at the edge of Weepwood.
Okay, no turning back now. Caution, electrified fence. Is that sign new?
The fence thrummed with a gentle electric buzz.
Okay, so what would Rolo do if he was here?
Luca often asked himself what Rolo would do, so that he could rule out that option.
I'm definitely not touching that thing.
Well, there's a can on the ground. What are other things that you can use? Don't touch the fence. Can you use it to break a bulb or something? What are those mushrooms? As sparks flew from the fence, the light atop that section was shut off. 2 bulbs remained. Aha!
That's 2.
1 more to go. The fence's buzzing gave way to silence.
Okay, moment of truth. Dies.
Every kid in town knew the old Valentine fertilizer building. Long abandoned, the warehouse once served as the industrial heart of Beacon Pines. Now it stood only as a reminder of things left behind. The dormant building showed strange signs of life.
Okay, so Rolo wasn't exaggerating for once. What's going on here?
There was only one way to find out.
Go in! Wow, that smells awful. Too bad Rolo's not here. He'd have no problem poking around in there. I guess I should look at everything else before I touch the door.
The hose emitted a subtle sound. It was actively draining some kind of liquid. Ew, what's in the liquid? The water looked almost diseased. It flowed slowly into the woods.
I don't think it's draining the puddle. I think it's pouring into the puddle.
Oh, ew. They're just letting that out into the woods?
Foul harvest round 2. Everyone dies this time. I'm actually quite curious about the permutations on this tree. Like how many different potential endings there are. I heard it was like a 5-hour game, roughly.
Mm-hmm. You probably learned the optimal ways.
Yeah, possibly pretty quickly. Locked.
Luca thought he heard faint sounds coming from the other side of the door. He pressed his ear against the cold metal to hear better.
A zipper? Footsteps.
The sound of footsteps grew louder.
Hello? Ugh. Shit.
Ah! A literal dew. The heavy steel door knocked Luca to the ground. Disoriented, he looked up to see an imposing figure silhouetted in a green glow. It lunged towards him. He tried to scramble away, but felt a gloved hand latch onto his ankle. Luca watched his fingernails leave trails in the dirt as the hand slowly dragged him back through the door, into the lab, into the green light. This is a story about change.
I want to... I wish you could put anything in for slightly different dialogue.
Well, maybe you can.
Even so much as the
later.
narrator being like, come on. Yeah, so it turns out this is actually about Luca turning into a horror mutant, destroying the town.
It was far from the sort of change Luca imagined for himself, but change is, after all, a dangerous animal. The end. I probably should have warned you about this. There are many paths that our story can take. Most will end in tragedy, but don't let that discourage you. We will find the ending that this story deserves. I just know it. From here on out, a charm will have a check mark when it has been used to its full potential at a given turning point. Now, let's try something different.
Okay, so we've done change there. We can do shit with Roxy, and we've done everything with Gran.
Okay.
Now,
so,
it looks like there are other branches coming off of this one, so I think we just need more charms. It also looks like you cap out at about 3 charms.
So do we go back to Roxy and do the do?
Yep, do the doo-doo.
In the best, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little...
Shit. It takes a little bit to process. Make a break for it. What have you done? Ah!
Did that little shit just kick me? Run all you want, you little twerps. You've got to come home eventually. No.
Sorry.
Investigate the Valentine warehouse with Rollo.
Sorry about that. Rollo can get overexcited sometimes.
Solomon Valentine. Oh, he's another dog. Current ward of and future successor to the Valentine fortune. Huffed as he brushed off his pants.
Oh, so he's younger. Oh, well.
Yeah, he's a boy then. He's the ward.
Well, a couple of complete and utter fools.
Wait,
One wonders if his worth... What?
Just don't make him that
I don't have
deep.
that many kid voices.
He's another boy.
He looks like he's a distinguished man.
Make him sound like a very proper boy.
One wonders if it's worth taking anything seriously. Either way, I'm really sorry. No matter. How are you feeling? Nope. See, I can't do it.
Because the problem is you're going into the Red Panda voice.
Yeah, I am. It's a
I don't
problem.
know. He's giving off Sasuke vibes for some reason.
Okay, what? Do I want to do whispery? Sure. Me?
Yeah.
Yes, with all that business about your mother and whatnot. Oh, I'm getting by. Still no word from her after all. No. That is truly a shame.
He might know more than he's letting on as the ward of the Valentine family.
Probably. Your grandmother's taken residence to keep house. Yeah. And how's that going? We mostly stay out of each other's way. Make it sound like she's rarely at home. Not like that. She just has a lot to do. She's still settling in and trying to figure out how to make ends meet. Indeed. Well, count your blessings. Better to have a caretaker who's rarely around, in lieu of one who tries to compensate by smothering you with attention. That doesn't sound so bad. Trust me when I say, it's best to rely on yourself. Family has a way of creating more problems than they solve.
Ah, so there's probably trouble in the Valentine family, huh? Wait, who is that? Is that a butler or someone looking for him? Solomon! Solomon trifled a gesture towards the approaching heiress Valentine. Oh!
Speak of the devil.
She was in a business suit, so it threw me off. But yeah, she's one of those, I think they're called Afghans.
Yeah,
they're the
I
ones
think
with
so.
the really long, flowy hair. So all the Valentines are various varieties of dogs, then. Do not wander off like that. I'm much too busy to be looking all over for you.
Apologies, Harris. I was just taking a stroll through town.
Strolls are for commoners. You're Valentine now. I want you to be present for the construction of the History Museum. The future of this town relies on its ability to remember our family's great past.
Of course.
Wow. They're just lording over everything and...
I want a route where we free him and then set fire to the mansion. Look at my boy, hold up a tick. Sorry, Mr. Nuncreed, kind of in a hurry right now.
Nope, we're not going to talk about Gran.
Oh, boy's got too much of his father in him.
Oh, you're just going to pass Bug Boy?
I win. Little help. I am the champion. We were racing. Did that road get longer? Like anything changes around here. It seemed longer. Just lightheaded from the run. You really need to pace yourself better next time. Not sure why I'd take advice from second place. Has that sign always been there? Wait, what? Caution, electrified fence. Oh, that's definitely new. Creepy. Are we gonna get around an electric fence? Don't worry, I've got this.
No! Hey!
Why would you do that? Pa always says you can figure out what the plan was when you're done. Great. What now? Well, I did my part and established that touching the fence is bad. I'm sure you can handle it from here. I'll supervise.
You didn't put his voice on.
From a safe distance. Sorry. I'm a little tired.
Oh. Throw the mushrooms.
Whoa, you're a genius. I think that did it. Luca, you never fail to impress.
As the glowing windows of the old warehouse came into view, Rollo began to bounce excitedly.
Check it out. Dang, Rollo, you weren't exaggerating for once. Was there ever any doubt? This definitely needs investigating. Good thing 2 ace detectives are on the case. This is bizarre. This is awesome.
Ooh. Rumble.
Did you feel that? What? The excitement in the air? You bet your butt I did.
No, not.
Check out this puddle. That's not normal. And this hose. Oh man, the door's locked. Try harder. No dice. It won't budge. Oh well. Dumpster's new, right? I bet it's got stuff in it. Can't really see what's in here. Who did all of this? My nose is itching. I think I smell some treasure. You sure that isn't the hazardous waste? Just help me get in. Rollo, it would be my honor to throw you in the trash.
Ah!
Come on, Lady Luck. So what's in there? Let's see. There's a squishy bag of squish.
Ew.
Wow. A good inch of stagnant sludge. Your natural habitat. Wait, hold the phone. Hold 2 phones. Check these bad boys out. Are those
Walkie-talkies.
walkie-talkies? Just like Hank Atomic communicators. Do these actually work? Ground command to Hank Atomic. Hank, do you read me? This is Hank Atomic. Ground command. You're coming in 5x5. How are your vital readouts, Hank? It's getting a little stuffy in here. Requesting assistance for evac. Help is on the way. I don't think they had those in the demo. What was that? Someone's coming, give me your hand. I'm trying, my hands are covered in squish.
Ah!
Scoot over, I'm coming in.
Oh, he's gonna throw something else in there, right? They better...
Tell me you saw that? Dude, I don't know what I saw. He's coming back, get down.
Ew.
It looks like a body bag.
Oh, it does look like a body bag. Probably the last person to have been taken in and experimented on.
Yup. Somebody got changed.
The boys sat petrified under the weight of the bag.
Oh god, tell me that's not what I think it is. Luca, do you know what separates run-of-the-mill detectives from ace detectives? A ridiculous hat? When the chips are down, ace detectives dig deeper for clues.
Rollo felt around the large sack which burdened them.
Aha!
He snapped off a tag just within a small zipper opening in the bag.
Some sort of badge or something. What's it say?
Rollo held up the badge to a faint shaft of light within the dumpster.
Dr. Prescott, Deep Engineering. it's a name tag. Who would throw away a bag full of slimy old name tags? I think it's just one name tag and a bag full of something else. Okay. We should make a break for it. Stay calm. This is no time to panic. I'm not panicking. You're panicking. Rolo, calm down. You don't have to squeeze my hand so hard. Dude, I'm not holding your hand. Quit messing around. What other slime-covered hand would be in here?
Are they alive? Is it still moving?
Yeah, it twitched. I am beginning to see the benefits of your run for our lives plan. Right, we've clearly established that I'm faster than you, so I'll go first. Why not go together? Flaming chicken coop, Luca. I'll make sure the coast is clear. After I go, count to 100. If you hear me yell, run. If you don't hear me yell, run. Actually, either way, haul ass. Rolo, I'll give you credit. You sure found an eventful way to start our summer. It's what I do. Well, here goes nothing.
Luca sat in the dark, tracking the sound of Rolo's footsteps as he ran. 1, 2, 3. He pressed his ear to the dumpster wall, straining to hear Rolo's footsteps as they faded away. 15, 16, 17. He tried not to think about the contents of the dumpster as he counted. 35, 36, 37. The thick stench made it hard to breathe.
Screw it, that's long enough.
Luca carefully lifted the lid and peered out. Nothing. No sign of Rolo. No sign of the man in the yellow suit.
Time to haul ass.
Luca clambered from the dumpster, stumbling to his knees. He was up like a shot and running, sprinting toward home as fast as he could. Beacon Pines flew by, blurred by the tears that welled up in his eyes. He wouldn't remember getting home at all that night. Throwing his front door open, storming up the stairs to his room, and surrendering to sleep almost as abruptly as he hit his pillow.
That feels like you would leave a vile mess in bed.
Yeah, I would have definitely washed myself off first. Chapter 3. Finding a Friend. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted this awkward silence. I finished jarring a mess of jam last night.
Uh-huh.
So that'll need to be delivered into town today.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, just converse as little as possible with that troublesome dog man. Ugh. I'm not dancing with him. I won't. You can't make me.
Freaking Steam page on the side just automatically flipped from grandmother to the dog man. Because I've got it open on another page.
Mm-hmm. So, what did you and Rolo get up to yesterday?
Oh, crimes.
Nothing interesting. Hello? Calm down. No. Of course, it was the right thing to do. Start gathering, folks. I'll be right there. Are you sure there isn't anything you want to tell me about yesterday?
Anything I want to tell you? Not really, we just sort of ran around a bit.
Gran's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even. I have to go take care of something. You're to stay in this house for the day. Under no circumstances are you to leave.
What?
If I'm not back by dinner, there's stew in the icebox. But nothing. You're to stay here, understand?
Yeah.
Say it.
I'll stay here till you get back.
Good.
Well, that was strange.
Oh.
And then she never came back either.
Well, we haven't talked with Rolo again or seen him.
Rolo is dead. There is no more talking to Rolo.
I don't know about that.
I live in garden now. They eat leaves.
Anything to the book?
Nope. Luckily, it doesn't really give you the option to re-examine
So are you going to
things.
be a dutiful boy and go up to your room and probably just, spend the day hanging out there? A faint electronic sound floated in the air.
Is that coming from upstairs? I don't think the
Oh.
radios were in the demo, were they?
Maybe not.
I don't remember them.
That's the walkie-talkie,
If
isn't
I
it?
remember right, yeah, that is the walkie-talkie. But if I remember right, the last time it was like he hadn't come back home and then the grandmother didn't come back home. But this very clearly is different. Hello? Is anyone there? It's SOS. Hello? Rolo, is that you?
Oh. Is that a helicopter?
Over?
Strange. Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think. Oh.
Oh, hey Roxy. If it's about me accidentally kicking you yesterday.
Is Rollo here?
No.
Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rollo here?
No, I haven't seen him since yesterday.
Rollo didn't come home last night.
What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach. Where was the last place that you saw him?
We were playing around in Weepwood, and then it was late, and then we went home.
Weepwood? If he's alive, I'm going to kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything that he said? Luca's mouth felt dry.
No, we were just messing around.
Okay. I need to go let people know that we need to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something. Luca could feel his heart beating in his throat.
Rolo. Where are you?
Check the library for Rollo. But you weren't supposed to leave the house. Grandmother told you to stay put.
Grab walkie-talkie? Okay.
It's the same dialogue.
That's... He's going to leave it behind, and it's going to be foolish. Well, anyway, time to abscond.
Yeah, you're not supposed to come through, but oh well. Oh, the grave.
Well, there's nothing to do here. Beautiful little vignettes. I actually really like their choice of vignettes here. Purely from the perspective of, like, it must have saved them so much time on illustration time. Like, putting all this together.
The road leading to Beacon Pines is long and uninspiring. A sort of natural barrier for the impatient.
Hey, Bert. Have you seen Rollo? Nope. Though I've mostly been talking to clipboards. They're setting up lots of stuff for the festival. This one said he had to process some answers. I told him that was fine. I'll wait here until he gets back.
Did they just call all the employees clickboards?
Yeah, I guess so. Instead of suits. Hey, Jetson. Have you seen Rollo come this way by any chance?
Afraid not. As elusive as the fish are in this here pond.
Music's lovely.
Yeah, the
Nothing
piano
on the
music's
radio?
really nice.
Yeah. It's interesting. Normally I shy away from playing a demo for a game a second time around, but this one's
I mean, they didn't give it all away, and while
they've
there's
definitely
still
added some more stuff. Howdy, Luca. Hello again, Pete. I'm not Pete, you silly goose. It's Toby. You could have fooled me. Well, hey, it's no problemo. The important thing is, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm getting that impression. We're all part of something special, Luca. And it all starts right here in Beacon Pines. I got it.
Toby looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right. So how about you just start by telling me? Look, no offense, but I got my own stuff to take care of. Aw, you joker. We're all part of this together. You let us know when you're free to answer a few questions. That's super creepy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're just trying to use the townspeople or something for their experiments. Who knows what?
We really need to get back to work.
Just a couple more minutes.
If Roxy said that she'll be here, then she will be here.
I don't see why I'm just standing around, doing nothing, and waiting for Roxy. And I could be standing around doing nothing, and getting paid for it.
Oh, come on, Lumi. Roxy needs our help. Ah, my parents wouldn't listen.
No offense, but isn't Rolo always getting into trouble?
Something feels different this time. What can we do to help? We need to check where the adults aren't. So I guess it's up to us to check the Weepwood.
Our shift doesn't end for a couple of hours.
We could spend the time making posters.
That would be great.
I guess.
Right. Fitz and I will check on the Weepwood. We'll be back later to pick up the posters.
I think my dad has a map of the Weepwood. Let's swing by my house and grab it before we head out.
Interesting.
Are you controlling Roxy right now?
No.
Or no. Okay.
I think we just get to see what they're up to.
What's this about a missing child?
I must stress that the situation is completely under control.
It just all seems so terrible.
And you're sure there's nothing that we could do to help?
Nonsense. Young Mr. Cotter will turn up safe and sound, I'm certain. You just focus on settling in. I trust my sisters supplied you with suitable lodging?
Oh, yes, Miss Valentine has been more than accommodating. We're just telling our daughter, Beck, that... Oh, now where did she run off to?
Oh, yeah, this is new. We kind of saw Beck briefly at the very end.
Yeah.
And there was no dialogue on her parents.
It's interesting. So is that an albino squirrel or... I can't
No,
tell.
I think she's a dog or a wolf or something.
No. I'm talking about the parents.
Maybe she's like a mink or a ferret. She's probably a mink, ferret,
oh, I see
weasel
the tail.
kind of thing. Yeah.
That kind of makes sense. And
she's got the little round ears.
And then I wonder if the other one's a chipmunk.
Yeah, probably.
The other mother, she looks chipmunkish. His eyes went wide in disbelief. What do you mean, vanished? That's impossible. Oh my. He said he doesn't even see the danger that he's in.
I wish she was just reading this book, but like slightly ahead, so it was just kind of like,
Well, there's the library.
Was not open the last time.
Kato volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he dedicated each summer to becoming an expert on a single subject, making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something that he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey, Kato? Kato? I think it's Kato.
Oh, I could say Kato.
Hey, Kato.
Kato was lost in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title, Introduction to Melitology. Melitology. I wonder what that would be.
Okay. Entomology. Bees.
Oh, wait. There are the bees that are missing in town.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Ahem. Oh, hey, Luca. You snuck up on me. Good book? Dunno, just started it.
He gestured to the shelves.
I'm really running out of books I haven't read yet. So it's on to the wonderful world of bees.
I do have to say, I'm a little weirded out seeing what I presume is a penguin with hands.
Yeah, it's weird. He should have flippers.
But then again, I suppose Luca would have hooves.
Yeah,
and
but it's like a little bit... What he should have is like weirdly like dark furred fingers. And then the penguin should just have like...
mittens.
Yeah, kind of a mitten thing going on. Turns out bees are pretty cool. Actually, you know what it is? I think I just wish he had like dark upper arms or like the top sides.
Oh yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, because he just looks like a baby wearing a penguin head.
I don't know. As I said, anthropomorphized animals are... It's interesting thinking about the ways in which you design them because, yeah, how much for human characteristics do you give them?
I'm just going to say it out loud, but I'm sure it sounds weird. Furries really have to wrangle some odd biology to make things work. Anyway, for instance, did you know that around 70% of bee species actually live in underground tunnels? Or that if there are 2 queens in a hive, they will fight to the death for supremacy.
Fight.
That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rollo around recently, have you? Not since yesterday. Keep an eye out for him, okay? Sure thing. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. Hey, Jace. Oh, hey, Luca. Did Rollo come by? No. I was actually surprised. He's usually here early on days when a new issue drops. Rollo's the biggest Hank Atomic fan I know. Besides myself, that is. Well, if he does swing by, tell him to meet me you know where. I don't know where. No, he knows where. Oh, roger that, Space Cadet.
The bottom corner of the shelf is a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read. Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Boring.
Ooh, who would be reading about cellular mitosis? Mycological phosphorescence.
More like my complete loss of interest.
Hey!
Boy.
Glowing mushrooms are amazing.
Mushrooms are the coolest.
The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs. That is a pleasant looking library. I love the herringbone on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide to the mildly adventurous.
Yuck. I was just mentally transported back to that weird-ass corn game that we played years ago.
Sally Seashore's Simple Succulent Sundries. Luca brushed off a smudge of dust, or maybe it was flour? 30 recipes so easy, you'll doubt it's even edible. Succulent. A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu, one of the greatest acting minds of our time. By Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Ugh.
Oh, did you read the little book? Yeah, the new editions. There were rarely any actual new editions. Simply a variety of existing content, rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone. Nerd achievement.
What sort of monster puts candy behind a locked door?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Nuncreed works weird hours sometimes.
Of course he does. How about you?
When do I work?
No, what's your name?
Luca Van Horn. You new here?
Yep, not by choice. Beck's family moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you that she prefers it that way.
I'm looking for my friend Rollo. He didn't come home last night.
Oh, he's missing?
Guess so.
Like, missing? Missing? Does that sort of thing happen a lot around here? Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably. Welp, that sucks.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably get going.
Oh, hey! Wait up.
What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket. I'm coming with you.
What?
So says the unlucky penny.
Unlucky.
Yep, well, technically it's landed on heads, leaving this kid to find his friend alone. But I always do the opposite.
Oh, that's kind of like me and Rollo. I guess Rollo's my unlucky penny.
That settles it. A person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find him. The name's Beck.
Pleasure to meet you, Beck. I suppose I could use some help. Try to keep up. Okay, nothing. Nope. Joey, have you seen Rollo around?
No, sorry, Luca. I've had my eyes on the dirt looking for beetles. I can't seem to find any.
I never came home last night.
Do you think it's because it's been colder than normal?
I don't see why that would have anything to do with Rollo.
No, the beetles. Do you think the temperature confused their circadian rhythm or something?
Who's to say? I'm no beetologist. Just keep an eye out for him, would you?
Of course.
Also, look at the bees.
What bees? There are no bees.
There are no bees. They're gone.
Okay.
Yep, so that's the same quote from before. You'll
No.
probably be able to... You'll be able to come around here maybe with the help of the boy.
Yeah, maybe. The boy wasn't on the cover art, but then again, I haven't exactly checked if there is new cover art.
Oh, keep out.
Dang, they boarded up the way in. Wah.
Yeah, all of it's out. Ooh. Look around?
I don't know if there's much to look around at.
I mean, there's the...
Yeah,
If you go back around the other side, there's the actual canister.
Yeah. Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old.
So they were dealing with poison all the way back then, and they knew it.
Speaking of, those... I don't know if those are trees back there. They look like giant goop monsters.
Ooh, Luca felt a chill as he approached back. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost. Wait, this is making things colder?
Guess so.
Is this sort of thing normal around here?
Because puddles of glowing ooze are definitely not what I expected from this place.
I have no idea what this stuff is.
Well, the next obvious step is science.
And what does science suggest?
Poke that with a stick.
Luca watched as Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood. First, small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals. Wait a minute. So did they create some
Super fertilizer.
turbo plant juice, but it had adverse effects on humans and or killed things?
It probably also is going to absolutely do something horrible to that branch if we keep going for like 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
What the?
Cool.
As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray. Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust. Okay. So the science tells that this skunk is weird as hell.
Yeah, it seems dangerous. Hey, Tish, look what the cat dragged in.
Yup.
I don't have time for this right now, Iggy. Aw, don't say things like that. It hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish?
Yup.
She looks fine to me.
Why, hello, I don't think we've been properly introduced. Iggy's the name, and this is my compatriot, Tish.
Yup.
You've probably heard of us.
Can't say that I have.
I'll forgive you just this once, on account of you being new around here. Why would you hang around with this dud?
Oh, he seems pretty alright.
Iggy, why do you have to be so... you? Has he even told you that his parents skipped out on him? Shut up. It's true, they got tired of having such a pathetic kid and left him. Iggy, I'm only going to say this one time. Don't talk about my family. Haha. Well, look who's grown a backbone now that there's a girl around. First his pops croaked, and then his mom finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced.
Ooh. Iggy took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle. Beck could see tears welling into Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city. But a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought, well, time to bust out the...
Strange.
strange.
Toss him in the puddle.
No, that would kill him. What are you talking about?
Death to bullies. Alright, Luca. Looks like you need a little mud bath. Uh-oh. I think he is actually going in the puddle. What's wrong with you, new kid? We're about to pound your friend.
Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
It's weird when people don't talk.
Yup.
Stop being a weirdo. Hello? Are you some kind of wackadoo? Makes sense, wackadoos travel in packs, eh, Dud?
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luca snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach.
Yeah! Oh, there he goes.
Oh no! Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze.
You jerk, my clothes are ruined. I'm gonna...
Iggy's voice began to slur as he struggled to get up. Struggle.
I don't feel so good. Frick, man. Health? I'm sorry, I just...
Oh shit! Yup!
Well, he's not dead.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
any part of you that grows kind of decays.
Oh, baby.
Remember that scientist? That was intense.
Think he's gonna be okay, right?
Nothing about this seems okay. The person at the warehouse, the strange ooze, and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all this?
You have to find Rollo.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Uh-oh.
Whoa there, little buddies. You startled me. What in the dickens are you up to in this part of town?
You're just helping look for Rollo.
Oh, you haven't heard the good news. Rollo showed up safe and sound a bit ago.
Really? So where was he?
It's funny, really. He just got a little turned around in the woods. They can be disorienting, you know.
I'm starting to get that impression.
Rollo's at his house now, getting some well-deserved rest.
Oh, that's a relief.
You two should scurry along before you get lost yourselves.
Yeah, come on, Beck. I can't wait to introduce you to Rollo.
Oh, that reminds me. Luca, your grandmother was looking for you.
She was?
She was worried sick. You should march straight home.
I guess?
Beck, your folks might be getting worried too. I'll walk you home. I need to talk with Nellie about work anyway.
Beck glanced towards Luca.
I guess all's well that ends well. I'll introduce you to Rollo tomorrow.
Sure. Glad he's okay.
But then there's Iggy.
Yup. Wait, did I just accidentally follow the hippo's line of...
Rhino, but yeah.
Yup.
Rollo was safe. A wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Rand's gonna kill me. If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown.
Chapter 4.
Oops.
Our harvest awaits. Suppose we're gonna continue with this?
We should stop. Let's have the conversation with Gran and then Quitsies for now.
But this is a new chapter.
I mean, we could stop there, but we might as well at least get a proper lashing from Granny.
Uh-oh. Okay. Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Gran? I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran? She never returned. Gran? I know I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I was just helping look for Rollo.
Are you on wheels or did you just walk out there yourself?
I just walked out. So, remember how in the demo the grandmother didn't come back?
Yeah, do you think the hyena was lying then?
Possibly. Gran, Roxy came over. She was worried about him. So I figured you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. Yeah, I just remember the demo the grandmother didn't come back either, and I guess this is where it ended up. Turns out Rollo is safe and sound. Now he is a turbo orphan.
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
So Gran's not back yet. I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess.
Flop. Luca was sitting by the pond, listening to the small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke.
Why don't you grab me some nice bait?
Sure thing, Dad.
Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass.
You're fishing with bees?
Luca's father gave a warm chuckle.
Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one.
Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle beneath his fingers and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work.
Interesting choice.
With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple.
The wrong choice, but I respect it.
The pond began to freeze over.
Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right.
Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold.
Dad, I don't understand.
Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal.
The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father.
Dad, look out.
His father casually wound the reel.
None of it's your fault, you know. Never was.
Dad, we have to go.
Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to push him away.
Please, you have to run.
The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands.
That's the thing about fishing, Luca.
His chest began to crystallize.
You toss your hook in and you never know what you're going to pull out.
A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet.
Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean?
The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply. Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Rollo?
Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise.
Luca!
Rollo, is that you?
Luca! There?
Rollo, it's the middle of the night.
Luca, thank God. Listen,
I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down here?
Rollo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me, someone grabbed me yesterday. What, the man in the hazmat suit?
it was... took me to some sort of...
I think I'm underground. Underground?
Oh no, is it the hyena guy?
Yeah, probably.
Did he take the girl too then, Beck?
Maybe.
Or I don't know.
Are you okay?
Kinda.
They seem more interested in for now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe.
Care, no. Trust. He's...
Hold on, someone's coming.
The signal went silent.
Rollo? Rollo, where are you?
Luca held still, waiting for a response. His pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. Getting worse. I can barely hear you.
Rollo's voice began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control. You need to. The treehouse. The treehouse.
With that, the signal died for good.
What was he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna. He wants me to use the antenna in the treehouse to get a better signal. Rollo, you're a genius.
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse. Hook up the walkie-talkie to the radio in the treehouse.
Well, grandmother didn't show up, but then plot happened. Let's check the tree. It did not extend as... Oh, Warehouse of Horrors.
Oh, that's interesting. So there was struggle or change.
Hazardous hectoring.
So that's if you tickled him versus...
Strange. And we don't know if strange is the end of it. Notice how it's a question mark.
Well, we don't know the outcome
Fair.
of it yet.
That's a good point. Well, one way or another, I'm gonna go back, but I think we should probably stop here. Social? Oh, I see. Oop.
Wait, is it saved?
Oops. I think so. I certainly hope so. I didn't see anything for saving. Either way, freaking fantastic game. Absolutely gorgeous and a ton of fun. Like, obviously, it's a fairly on-rails experience, but at the same time, like, I really like how they've presented the plot so far. And the branches, like, I'm interested in seeing all of the permutations. I can't imagine that there are actually that many. Yeah, so we're back. We're back here.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was a main menu, though. The one thing that this game did that I don't like is launching you straight into the game without being able to twiddle with settings. Not that there were any. I actually think the audio balance on this right out the gate was fine. It's still that pet peeve. That's literally the only thing I can think of that's wrong with this game. It's super good. I can't wait to play more of this either tonight or at some point when I can find the time, because I've really gotten into branching narrative visual novels lately.
Mm-hmm.
And this one very much.
And this one encourages you to retry different charms.
Yes.
At the different branches.
And it very much shows, like, hey, you've actually seen everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really appreciate that you will know when you've 100% of this game, because every single one of these will be checked off. There might be some secrets or other things to miss along the way, but at least, like, as far as the meat and potatoes of the game, you can see the whole thing. Now, like I said, you might actually be able to see most of this game in 5 hours, but honestly, for me, that sounds like a really good time. Which is a little tough because it's just like, do I keep playing this? I don't know. Because, like, unfortunately, Let's Plays are dead, so it's just like, well, I mean, I guess I could do this in, like, 4 episodes and just bite the bullet, but I might just end up playing it on my own, or we'll see.
I don't know.
It's a struggle.
I love it. It's definitely the kind of thing that I like playing with you, but we'll see. It's just, yeah, there's the mystery there, but I almost wonder if it was... a little too heavy-handed, because already you have your long list of suspects.
We barely had any time before the game's just like, plot. You know, a number of these games give you like 1 or 2 quiet days, and this one was like maybe half an afternoon, and then it was just like, and there's an arm.
But the thing is, you're already introduced to the perennial.
So I was going to say,
what?
We normally don't compare games too much because you get cranky at me, and to some degree, it's unfair. Mm-hmm. This does the thing that I hated A Night in the Woods for. Night in the Woods was all about, like, teenage angst or college-age angst. Young adult angst. This one...
It was college age.
Yeah, but, like, one of the first scenes in Night in the Woods is straight up just, like, an arm showing up. And they barely ever explain it. I don't even remember what the deal with the arm was, but there was just this arm, this severed arm, that's, like, hanging over you for half the game, unexplained and creepy. And you keep expecting things to go, like, mystical, magical, horrible, and wrong. And this game gives you the weird severed arm, and then gives you the mystical, magical, horrible, and wrong. And it's like, I'm really digging it. I can kind of spin. Oh, that's weird and unnerving looking.
The thing is, you know people are going missing. You know that people are having their corpses thrown out once they've been presumably exposed to the super turbo fertilizer that ends up growing and then killing things. Unless they're trying to find a way to make it stable so that everyone can be monstrous or super...
They're probably doing it unintentionally. Sure, why not? They're probably doing it unintentionally, like they don't mean for it to be hitting people. They're just doing this to make hella crop fertilizer.
But they're going out of their way to hide people.
Well,
and
yeah, it's kind of one of those where it's like
them.
Their intentions were always not benign, but, you know, just purely greedy. Make super fertilizer that can hyper grow plants in no time at all.
But the thing is, there's a little bit more to it than that. The people in town, those guys with the clipboards, are saying, you know, we almost do our part.
But it's part of the cover-up. Because 6 years ago, something went wrong. We don't know. And so I think what they did, what all of this is still a front-up for the Valentines to continue their work. You know, whoever the new guy is, he's just the face of the operation, but the Valentines are still in charge. And,
potentially.
And that, once again, none of them meant anything wrong with this, but once people started dying, they said, well, you know, we're going to keep pushing through anyway.
But I
because
don't-
this is too profitable, and if we get caught for this, we're screwed. So now they're just in active cover-up mode while also trying to perfect the thing so that they can make mad cash by becoming Turbo Monsanto.
What I don't get is the frost.
Yeah, I don't get the frost. That part's weird. It should be causing everything to just start growing like crazy. Like that forest should turn into a weird jungle, and they almost should be like weed whacking it weirdly constantly.
And then also the bugs are gone, but that could be because they turn into monster bugs and then die.
Or they've just fled because spooky.
Because they know better than
Yeah.
to exist there.
Hence the whole thing about bees being underground. Oh, that might actually be a thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's something to consider. But for now, at least, I think I'm going to recant. I was considering playing through the rest of this on camera. But I will say, one, time is limited, voice is limited. I'm feeling strained already from this. But also, if we do a full playthrough, it really does just kind of spoil the whole thing.
It
and
would
that's a
give
bit
it
of a
all
shame.
away. So if you want to find out what happens next, I suppose you
Yeah.
can pick it up.
Yeah,
is it out?
Yeah, it's
entirely?
out. It's been out. It's on. So it's on Steam. I don't know if it's on other consoles yet. It was going to be on Switch, but they had to delay Switch for some reason. Okay, Beacon Pines is available on. Will be available on Switch. It's available on Xbox. Okay, and I think, is it a Games Pass game? 1 second. Yes, Xbox Games Pass. So yeah, it's $20 on Steam, or if you have the Games Pass through Xbox, you can just play it now. I'd say for free, but you obviously have to have the Games Pass to do so. But that's one heck of a deal for one heck of a visual novel. I can no longer move. Oh, it's because I'm not clicked into the game. So, I guess with all of this said, it's an absolutely lovely game, and I highly recommend this to everybody. Just as kind of like a casual little evening or two. And gosh, is it lovely.
I want to know what happens next, but we'll find that for ourselves.
Yeah, we'll figure that out for ourselves, and I don't know. I really want to get into reviews. This could be one we do a review on. It'd be short and sweet and kind of cool, kind of cozy, kind of something. And then we'll talk about the plot there. But for now, at least, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, holy smokes, it's an hour and 40 minutes long, but whatever. Leave us a like, helps more than you know, and if you want to see more rad new indie games every single day, then hit subscribe because we've got tons of them to check out. But for now, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.